is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
In this PowerPoint, we will cover hormones and how they are associated with love, what chemicals are produced in the human body and how they affect the person, what are pheromones and how they are related to love, how do certain oxytocin affect the brain, food, and relation to feeling.
A lipid, most commonly known as fat, is a molecule that does not have the ability to dissolve in water and includes molecules such as cholesterol. Cholesterol, a waxy substance produced by the liver and found in certain foods, is used to make vitamin D and create salts that help you digest fat. A hormone is a chemical your body makes to signal it's time to do something. Hormones signal your cells and organs when it's time to go to work, when it's time to slow down, and when it's time to stop doing something.
Dopamine. This is a natural chemical that can be found in the body. Every time that you see the person that you have feelings for, or that you are in love with, a small dose of this chemical is released into the body. This chemical can be addictive. Phenylethylamine is produced in your brain and is also a natural chemical that is found in the body. It has the same effects as ecstasy and speed. The effects of this drug are your heartbeat, which increases, your breathing increases, the palms of your hands sweat, your cheeks and genitals get an extra blood flow, and you start to feel happier. Adrenaline is a natural chemical that can be found in the body. It is the cause of when people get a burst of energy or get hyped up. But when you are in love, adrenaline causes a reaction that you're on standby. Your pupils get bigger, your heart rate shoots up, your breathing speeds up, and you're not so hungry because your digestive system starts to work slower. Endorphin is the morphine that your body produces when you feel pain. When you're in love, it has the same effect as heroin, which causes you to feel more happy and joyful. Vasopressin works for men in the same way as oxytocin does for women. When a man ejaculates, there is a large amount of this hormone. Oxytocin, also called the mother hormone or cuddle hormone, because when a mom breastfeeds her baby, this hormone is produced in large amounts. When you hug or caress, this hormone is produced. Epinephrine is derived from tyrosine, an amino acid. Epinephrine is sometimes referred to as catecholamine, as it contains the catechol moiety. This is part of the molecule that contains the group C6H4OH in parentheses 2. Vasopressin is a hormone made in the hypothalamus. This hormone has a lot of effects when released. When the body is dehydrated, it uses vasopressin as a way to get water into the body. The brains of many organisms, including humans, produce dopamine. Dopamine has many different functions. It was discovered in Sweden. PEA is the abbreviation for pulse less electrical activity. It is also known by the older terms as electromechanical dissociation. Norepinephrine, dopamine, oxytocin, and testosterone are all released when a person is in love. Phenylethylamine, also known as PEA, is an antidepressant and an amine that acts and occurs just like a neurotransmitter inside the brain. The chemical formula is CaH11N. This chemical can be found in foods such as chocolate. This chemical causes the person to experience the high feeling when the person exercises or is attracted towards another person. This chemical causes the brain to release B-endorphin, which is the cause of the force behind the pleasure of the feeling of love.
A pheromone is a chemical an animal produces which changes the behavior of another animal of the same species. It is not limited to an animal's sexual emotions. Pheromones are ectohormones, meaning that they act outside the individual's body, while regular hormones are only limited to the inside of the individual's body. This topic is very controversial in the world of science. It is believed that humans do make pheromones, but we do not have enough proof to absolutely confirm it. Some of the more popular ideas of human pheromones are babies being attracted to their mothers and females adjusting their menstruation cycles to other women's. Bombicle, secreted by female moths to attract male moths. This was believed to be the first pheromone that was discovered in 1953. Dihydroactinidiolide, secreted by a queen red ant to get the recognition from her red ant workers. In most animals, yes, but we cannot say this yet for humans. For example, bombicle is secreted by female moths to attract male mates from farther. Again, with no scientific proof proving either way, we cannot answer this. But in the animal world, yes, some animals' pheromones can be detected from farther than others. But one interesting thing is that scientists said that maybe after two people become intimate or already is in love, their cologne or smell of sweat will start attracting their mate more. There was several scientific tests regarding this topic, and colognes do have some pheromones. Pheromones that come from the musk deer, civet cat, beaver, and the pig. Since pheromones are species specific, these would not cause other humans to fall in love and attract a mate for them. If scientists can confirm that male or female humans secrete pheromones to attract mates, then we can start incorporating them into perfumes or colognes. A liquid of these pheromones would probably just make that person to attract everyone of the opposite sex, not just one person.
Serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical compound contained in blood platelets and serum, which contracts the blood vessels. This also acts as a neurotransmitter. Serotonin, also known as 5-HT, comes from the amino acid L-tryptophan in parts of the brain known as neurons and vesicles. This chemical compound can be found within 3 places of the body. Serotonin can be found in the intestinal wall, large constricted blood vessels, and the central nervous system. This chemical has a role in a person's appetite, sleep, memory, and learning, temperature regulation, cardiovascular function, muscle contraction, endocrine regulation, and depression. But the main idea is how it affects mood and behavior. In love, the higher the serotonin levels are, the happier you are. The lower the serotonin levels, the sadder you are. Issues can occur to a person that has too low of serotonin in their body and develop mental illnesses such as depression. Oxytocin, also known as the trust hormone, is a hormone released by the pituitary gland. This hormone causes an increase in contractions and stimulates milk into the breast of a female while they are in labor. Oxytocin is produced in the pituitary gland and affects other parts of the body when the level of the chemical rises. Oxytocin is a chemical found in men and women with similar effects to the human body. From the definition of oxytocin, you can see how it affects the female body during a certain time in life, also known as pregnancy. Oxytocin is not involved only in labor, but is involved every time you come in contact with someone. This can be a simple handshake or a hug from a friend or family member. Every time you come in direct contact with someone, your body releases a small dose of this chemical. Oxytocin has a strong relationship with sex drive and the hormone estrogen. Actually, oxytocin would have no effect without estrogen. Oxytocin is a chemical that causes lust and the feeling of affection to rise through the physical touch or thought of another person. This chemical is what causes the bonds that we have with our family, friends, and lovers. Oxytocin also has a huge part in the bonding of a mother and her baby. The chemical also builds trust between you and others. Norepinephrine. This is a hormone, also known as adrenaline, which is produced by the medulla of the adrenaline glands. Norepinephrine increases in the body when either stress or excitement occurs. This causes the body to choose the decision making known as fight or flight, but we'll be talking about how it affects love. In love, when two people are attracted to each other and are close, they blush and become excited. This causes the adrenaline level in the body to rise, in situations such as sex or sexual actions, or just being close to someone that you like. Testosterone. This is the male sex hormone that is found in bigger amounts in men than women. Testosterone is the chemical that causes males to develop their masculine characteristics. This chemical is produced in the testes of the male and the ovaries of the female. Testosterone is important in the development of males and females. Testosterone is important because it develops the sex organs and makes them run normally. Estrogen. This is the female sex hormone that is found more commonly in females than in males. It is produced in the female sex organs known as the ovaries. Estrogen is the hormone that gives girls their feminine characteristics. This also causes girls to like the things that they do, such as men, animals, and anything that they find cute. The hormone also is involved in the pregnancy state, causing the hormones to rise and the attraction between the wife and her husband and baby to grow. When someone falls in love, they do go through some symptoms of OCD. This is the cause of the feelings of attraction in between those two people. OCD, also known as obsessive compulsive disorder, is the need to check certain things or to constantly be involved in something. Some examples would be checking that the door is locked several times, or constantly being close to somebody that you have an attraction towards or that you care for. In this case, people that are in love cannot be apart because they enjoy each other so much that they only think about one another. Love is a feeling that cannot just be thrown out so easily. Love is the feeling of being with someone for the rest of your life. Whenever a breakup occurs, it can be very tragic for the people that were involved. People feel bad mentally and physically after a breakup because they thought that they were going to be with that one person forever. People exaggerate when it comes to these types of things and think that it is the end of the world and that it was their fault. People think that this change that was lost will never come again in their life, causing them to go into a small stage of depression. All of the negative emotion inside the brain causes it to slow down, which causes the body to be sluggish. People start to not take care of themselves by sleeping all the time or eating food that they shouldn't be eating, such as junk food, fast food, like all the time. This does not help to the breakup one bit. What you should do is you should talk about it, get your feelings straightened out, and enjoy yourself. It's not the end of the world. Phenylethylamine is produced in your brain. It is also a natural chemical that is found in the body. It has the same effects as ecstasy and speed. The effects of this drug are your heartbeat, which increases, your breathing increases, the palms of your hands sweat, your cheeks and genitals get an extra blood flow, and you start to feel happier. Have you ever asked yourself, does the way that I eat affect the way that I feel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are correct. Yes, food can affect the way that people feel through natural chemicals found in the food that they eat. Foods can cause people to feel good or bad, depending on the diet of that person. Foods that are known to cause good feelings to the body are known as aphrodisiacs. Aphrodisiacs are food that increase the sexual arousal of a person. People may think that aphrodisiacs are fake, but they are anything but that. What causes food to make people want to have sex are the chemicals that are contained in the food, not the food themselves. There is scientific proof that aphrodisiacs work. One example would be the drug known as phenylethylamine, which is found in chocolate. Some examples of aphrodisiacs are chocolate, like I said, oysters, potatoes, truffles, sea cucumbers.